Welcome back, man. Episode 91 of Brickshots with Billy Antonio. That kind of got messed up to Antonio. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Ready to talk about some sports, man.
Let's get into it. All right. Hey, brick or bucket, Chris, did the Heisman voters get it right by electing Jaden Daniels the Heisman winner?
Yes.
Elaborate.
He's the only one that played. Y'all didn't tell me we were. God damn it. He's the only one that played 12 games, and in 12 games he had more touchdowns than everybody with 50 combined passing and rushing. Only had 4 interceptions, almost 4,000 yards. Like another game, he would have had more yards than both Knicks and Phoenix. Like he was superior than the other two. And if we don't really need to talk about Marvin Harrison, we addressed this a few weeks ago when we picked our dark horse Heisman candidates. Neighbors had better numbers than he did. So why Harrison was on there aside from name recognition, I'm not sure.
Some way to get the big. I agree with Chris. Marvin Harrison shouldn't have been on there at all. Nobody from Matt's them conference should have been on there. They weren't. But yeah, he should have got it for one reason alone, Billy.
Christian Hay.
Oh God. Christian's on the verge of getting fired and joining us back. So welcome. But
hey, I can't even hear y'all. I mean, I can hear y'all, but
you're in a fucking warehouse. No shit, you can't hear us.
Hold on.
But look, he shouldn't have.
Tell us to hold on. What the fuck?
He should have won it off the strength of him getting smacked around every game, trying to die by winning a game for them. Literally, like he was literally willing to die for the and if it was a fifth, then we'd all be drunk. But if LSU had a decent head coach, if LSU had a decent head coach or a little bit of a defense, we'd be talking differently about him anyway. Like it would have been spotlighted better. But he still shined on the offensive side of the ball, and as a quarterback, you don't play defense, so there's really nothing you can do about the other side of the ball. You just go out there and compete, and that's what he did every game. He's seen better defenses than both Bo and Phoenix this year, like by far.
But sure, whatever.
I mean, yeah, not statistically, but the eye test, we know like they know. Come on now. Definitely don't play defense over there in Pac-12. We being for real. So, yeah. Sheesh. That man brought a plant to get drunk. So, yeah, I definitely think he's well-deserved. If Michael Penix would have won it, though, I would have been mad at that. I agree with Matt on the stance of if you are 40 years old and should be a high school coach or something like that, then you shouldn't be allowed to win the Heisman. So I was happy that Bo Nix did. Fuck Bo Nix, all right? Go ahead, Matt. What you think?
I think when you're your team's leading rusher and passer on one of the nation's most prestigious schools, and you happen to score more than 50 touchdowns that season, someone else gonna have to have a hell of a season to even come close. I think
we're talking about Josh Allen.
It wasn't close, other than
Shut up.
Oh yeah, Josh Allen of NCAA, where he lost 3 games, and it's all his fault, right? So that's why he shouldn't have won it, but he did win.
No, he didn't throw 100 interceptions.
Yeah, Matt, let's stop because Chris just said his stats. 4 interceptions to 40 is a big difference.
Huge.
Billy, how you feel? I don't know what Christian got going on, but I'm pretty sure his boss keeps slapping his neck and making him sign in and all.
That's exactly what's going on. But no, I'm in the same boat with everybody else. Obviously, I think he was the easy Heisman winner when the results, not the results came out, but when the odds came out of him winning, everybody was kind of up in arms and we're like, well, why is Penix not? Why is it so obvious as Jaden? And it's because he had the 3 losses. bad losses to Alabama, a bad loss to FSU to open the season. And then he just beat up on a bunch of shitty SEC defenses, and that's obviously how it happened for him to get his numbers. But especially in the West, it's a joke. Everyone, calm down. Well, kind of. It's not. But anyway, hit me on my Twitter, Brickshots with Bill. But yeah, absolutely. Like Tonio said, if Michael Penix won, I wouldn't have been mad. Played the Oregon State defense. Won barely again. Beat Oregon's defense twice, which Oregon's defense doesn't get enough respect. Dan Lanning, coming from Georgia, being the defensive coordinator, got that defense really together. We saw what they did against Colorado and a bunch of other teams from the Pac-12.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm just saying we saw what the defense
Colorado, can do. That's what we did, Billy. Hey, Billy, me, you, Chris, and Matt on that defensive line against Colorado, and I still guarantee 6 sacks. 4 of them for me and y'all mustering the other 2. Bro, come on now. Let's not use Colorado as the goalpost.
I'm just saying we love Shador here on this show.
I mean, we do love Shador. Shout out to 2, but 2 was getting smacked around.
He was.
If 2 had some time, that secondary get cooked. They got cooked against Washington. They would have got cooked. I'm willing to say it might be better, as Matt said, it's better athletes on that offense. Not offensive linemen, but better athletes on that Colorado offense than it is over there in Oregon. And I ain't saying they're sorry over there.
The number 1 offensive line recruit in the nation. So
yeah, so we jumping right into that. Brick or bucket, Billy. I know it's a surprise for you, but it's in the notes. Colorado just signed the number 1 offensive lineman, followed by 4 more transfers. Is it scary in Colorado, or they still have nowhere to go? Billy,
I think
brick or bucket.
It's a bucket for sure, because now that they're playing in the Big 12 against these other high-powered offense, I think Dion really needs to more worry about now that front 7, not that offensive line anymore, because the Big 12 is not known for a bunch of sacks. Defense coordinator from Oklahoma State, he left 2 years ago to go to Ohio State. Matt, can you give me his name real quick? No?
I don't know. Fuck. I do know. God damn it! Why did you put me on the spot here?
Anyway, he had a top 10 defense every year that he was at Oklahoma State. And don't worry, people, I'm getting cigars soon, so don't worry about it. I appreciate the concern. Getting cigars soon, but no, I think Colorado is gonna honestly.
Jim Knowles.
What's that? Jim Knowles? Fuck yes, thank you.
Jim Knowles.
Jim Knowles' defense left Oklahoma State, and that kind of was the only defense in the Big 12, really. Dave Aranda's really fucked up Baylor since he got there after Matt Rule's recruits got out of there. I think Colorado could honestly win the Big 12 next year without Oklahoma and Texas being over there. Now, Texas Tech might give him a run for his money, so we'll see how that
goes. Hey, Matt. Matt, brick a bucket. Colorado with the offensive line.
I think it's a bucket. They're heading in the right direction for sure. Once you get that offensive line, you get the trenches, everything kind of falls in place after that. Your skill positions get a lot better just because of your big men up front. So,
see, that's what I'm talking about. Matt always showing love to the bigs. What's your brick or bucket, Chris?
That's a patented Tim Duncan bank shot. I don't got nothing to add. I'm pretty much echo what Matt said.
And I'm gonna go bucket because the number 1 salesman in college football right now is not Nick no more. Sadly, it's not Lane anymore. It's Dion. We coming has changed into we here. And it's a lot of firepower. I was not expecting to see, like, I thought after the first, that O lineman, I thought they were gonna get O lineman, but the number 1 offensive lineman, I didn't see that coming.
Offers from Bama, Georgia, LSU, Florida.
I didn't see it coming. And him going on Undisputed to do it. So it's big. He already prime time because who goes on Undisputed as a high school kid to announce, hey man, I'm going to Boulder with Dion.
Well, Undisputed is a shitty show now. I just want to throw it out there. They're just a shitty show.
It don't even matter though. It's still nationally syndicated. So at least 10,000 people saw it. But
a bunch of people, hey, real fast, Tonio, sorry. A bunch of people saw that YouTube clip though. I'll tell you that because I saw the YouTube clip.
Yeah. I think that this dude's gonna be prime time stuff, but for them to sign a lot of good offensive linemen from around the country, that caught me off guard as well. We talked about it. Offensive linemen usually don't leave. That is something that this portal has shown me. I've never seen. It's so many not just going to Colorado, but in the portal, it's so many offensive linemen that are just like, all right, I'm better than this dude. You can't see it. I'm gonna go show it. Or I'm tired of losing. I want to go here and win. Like I'm blocking my ass off and all this. So it's a bucket, man. Billy, take over.
Let's go into the NFL from this. I was gonna say the Dolphins collapse. I don't know if anyone watched Monday night. I know Chris is like, oh, I'm not gonna watch because it's not Mahomes versus Brady every week. So I don't know if you watched. But
those versus Brady, not watching.
but both of those games were honestly incredible. I think the Manning cast was perfect. I know a lot of people are hating on 2 primetime Monday night games, but they're not watching the Manning cast apparently because that is the best way to watch football. And them covering both games, and then they didn't have a bunch of guests to take up all their fucking time, and all they did was talk about football until Kirk Cousins got on there. And then even Kirk Cousins' lame ass was all he was doing was talking football. So it was just a perfect watch with two incredible games. I know a lot of people went to sleep.
Hey, wait. You're not gonna disrespect Kirk Cobain, man. Like Kirk Cousins, not getting disrespected around here.
I did nothing but give Kirk love just now.
You just said Kirk Cousins' lame ass. It's literally what you said.
He's lame. That's what he's claimed himself that he is a lame person. That's okay.
No, that is Kirko. Kirko Chains, baby. That's his name. All right, so don't don't nobody be iced out on the chain like that. Your quarterback, yeah, he do be like that, but he's black. So that, but don't know other quarterback. Pat Mahomes don't be like that. Chris' favorite quarterback, Pat, don't be like that. He don't be.
Hey, Pat Mahomes did have a sweet chain though in that post game interview.
We're not gonna act like Ryan Fitzpatrick and wear fucking.
Well, no, Ryan Fitzpatrick, he had someone else's stuff on. That's different. Yeah, anyone can wear someone else's stuff.
Yeah,
Kirk wasn't wearing his own chain. Somebody put that fucking chain on.
One chain has got a Kohl's cash.
Whoa, thank you, Matt. His Kohl's cash chain. That shit was sick as fuck, dude. Oh, and I shop at Kohl's. I'm kind of pissed that they didn't offer me some shit like that. I'd have bought it. My dumb ass. I would have paid a bunch of money for it. But anyway, let's get to the Dolphins collapse. Are we seeing another fraud this year in the NFL? And now that Tyreek's out, Chris, I know it's not Patrick Mahomes, but do you see the Dolphins going any further in the playoffs?
No, because they're off-brand Dallas Cowboys. They don't beat winning teams, and you got to beat winning teams in the playoffs. So unless they're playing the NFC South in the opening round of the playoffs, which last I checked, they're in the AFC. So that ain't going to happen. No, they're going to be one and done.
I got a question real quick before I move on.
Go ahead, Tonio.
How do you be an off-brand of somebody that's off-brand? All right, go ahead, Matt. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah. Sorry. No, they're not frauds. This is a classic Mike Vrabel game where all the fucking shit's going against him. He just beats one of the top teams. I wouldn't worry about the Dolphins at all. Plus, Tyreek's not out. He was just out for a quarter, and then his wife called him a bitch, and he went back in the game. Like, it was that simple.
Is that what happened? His wife called him a bitch?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, he texted her at halftime. I was like, damn, this shit hurts. And she's like, quit being a bitch, dog. Get back in the game.
All right, so look at that.
And he went back. And then he had like 60 yards after that.
Yeah, but then he was out for both third down plays.
When? He was in the game.
I can't tell if Matt's pondering or if he's frozen.
No, he's frozen. But no, no. So he got hurt, but then at the end in the fourth quarter, those last 2 third downs, he wasn't in the game.
Well, yeah, because he made all the plays to get there. He's fucking tired and hurt.
All right. So maybe his wife is right. He is a bitch. I'm tired and I'm hurt. Yeah. So is everybody else playing the fucking game. But I think that says a lot about Will Levis, in my opinion, from what I saw. Tonio, did you think that Will Levis could be a guy? Is that a brick or bucket?
It's a bucket. He could be a guy that hands the ball off to a healthy.
Hey, they needed to throw it to get it down the field to win. They didn't give the ball to Derrick Henry until they got to the red zone.
Yeah, well, sure, whatever you need. So yeah, he could be a game manager. I see it. He has a. I'm gonna be honest, and I think Ryan Tannehill is trash, but I also think that Braves don't give a fuck about offense. That's why he just run the ball with Derrick Henry. That's why they let go of AJ Brown. He don't give a fuck about offense. So I don't think you go to Tennessee to show that you're an elite quarterback. They haven't had elite since Aaron McNair. Rest in peace. Vince Young wasn't sorry, but then
he had Jeff Fisher. So that was
so another person that didn't give a fuck about, so yeah, I don't think Will Levis is ass. I think he is a starting quarterback in Tennessee. Yeah. I think they don't come back to Ryan Tannehill, but they might.
I do, but he's old now, isn't he? How old is he? He's got to be like mid-30s. Yeah, early to mid-30s.
He's like 35.
He was in Miami for what felt like for fucking ever.
No, pretty long time. All right, so let me get into the Chiefs. We've seen this everywhere. This has been the most popular thing on any type of NFL show, any sports show, really. But Patrick Mahomes, what a bitch. Talk about a fucking pussy, whining, sorry, sad sack of shit that this dude
This is white side.
It's bad. Like, what the fuck are we doing? You got 2 Super Bowl rings, and you're out here mad about a fucking little regular season fucking game that Josh Allen has never beat you. You're such a pussy. You go to the midfield for the handshake, and instead of just saying, good game, man. Hey, you fucking got the better of us. And you're sitting there. That was the worst call I've ever fucking seen. If that was a guy, if the same fucking flag happened and he had an incomplete, no one would give a fuck. We care because it was a fucking really good play that we saw when they threw the flag before the play. It's not like it was after the touchdown. The refs were like, oh, yeah, the NFL's rigged. I got to throw this flag to fucking hurt the Chiefs. And then you're like, Jalen Waddle was literally doing the same thing in Monday night. And it's like, Jalen Waddle wasn't offsides 19 times in the fucking game against the Bills, or excuse me, against the Titans. It happened that one fucking time on the last play. And his team fucking lost too. So, I mean, does it really fucking matter? I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it. And we're giving Patrick Mahomes a fucking pass because he's Patrick Mahomes and he's the best quarterback in the league right now. Doesn't look like it when you don't have a fucking receiver other than Travis Kelce. Stop being a bitch. That was my rant. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sick of it. And me and Chris agree about it, and I thought we'd never agree on anything. Tonio, what about you? How did it take you?
I've been telling y'all that boy not built like that. He ain't. All skin folks ain't kin folks is what they say. I'm tapping into my Shannon Sharp bag night if y'all can't tell. But nah, man, Pat been soft. He just been caught up by the league for like 4 years straight, bro. And he got a bunch of people like Chris out here saying he's the best ever since we seen Brady. I mean, yeah, he makes amazing throws, but he don't make them not soft. We could go through a list of actually it's a whole thread of times the Chiefs were helped out by the refs, including back-to-back games last year, especially with that holding call on Bradbury that was like, yeah, you let him play. Well, they didn't. The NFL didn't. They called a flag for you, Pat, and you got your second ring. Shut the fuck up. Stop being a bitch, bro. Like, you grown. I know your voice is lighter than your body, but like, I don't care. I know you be doing TikToks with your brother, who's also a bitch, 6'10" bitch who should probably be in the WNBA. But yeah, hey, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. And I hate to do it because I like him, but I blame Andy Reid. Andy Reid should have said, "Yeah, we don't tolerate that shit now," because now everybody thinks your team's soft, and that might not even be the case about the whole team. But if
Andy went and said the same shit that Patrick did, he not only didn't condemn it, he fucking the referees cost us the game. It's their fault. Like,
come on, bro. The coach that Chris is in love with being gone that's not gonna be gone. Would only say, just like he been ducking these rumors, on to next week. That would have been it. But Andy Reid, like, yep, the referees. Come on, man. That ain't. Hey, man, you can't be gifted everything, dog. Like, sometimes you gotta go out there and win that
motherfucker. AFC, they're like fucking crying about. Like,
bro. I don't know. Maybe Andy's scared of Sean Payton, and he's like, "Oh shit, Denver's right there. You know, we could lose because our defense is still ass." Yeah, like our wide receivers. If Travis gets hurt, we can't catch the ball. Pat Mahomes is looking normal this year, and Chris ain't gonna be able to glaze him no more. So that's what they giving, man. But I could be wrong. Matt, you got different from that. Maybe he ain't soft. Maybe we being too hard on him. I don't even know if Matt's here.
I don't really have a problem with him complaining. The only problem I have is him complaining to Josh Allen. Like, the rest fucking suck. But like, don't complain to Josh when he's trying to enjoy his shit.
I had
you beat him one time in the regular season. Like, just let him have that flowers for that one fucking game. Jesus Christ.
Billy and I did agree on this to an extent. He's looking at it more from the Mahomes perspective. I'm looking at it more from the blame the referees perspective. This is one of the things I hate most in all of sports, but football especially. You had 10 possessions that game. You put up 17 fucking points. You had 2 turnovers. So how is it the ref's fault on one play when you had 9 other possessions to put up points on the board? You had the ball for 26 minutes and you could only muster 17 points. Aside from you could only put up 17 points. Like, this is supposed to be an elite offense with an elite quarterback with the best tight end we've ever seen, and you're only putting up 17, and it's the referee's fault.
He said supposed to, Tonio. Shush.
I was arguing with my dad about this shit all week too.
Shannon Sharp.
I definitely wasn't gonna say Shannon Sharp. A little frozen.
He's probably on Gronk because he's a Patriot. But
come on, fucking idiot. My bad. That's rude. Fucking idiot.
Keep going, Chris.
I mean, that's basically it. Like, you have all these other opportunities to do something. You control your own fate. Don't just take the cop out at the end.
Chris, stop, bro. You don't want to attack this man's character, but I need you to know that this is how this man is. Bro, like, it's a whole highlight reel of him complaining to the refs, Chris, to get called. And he been getting it. The NFL has coddled who they want to be the next Tom Brady. That's all that is. And
so let me ask you a question, Tonio. If you got a problem with that, then
anything about Brady, I don't have no problems.
No. It's about LeBron because he do the same shit, crying to the refs to get calls. Like, why is it okay for one GOAT but not for the other GOAT?
All right, Chris. So since we here, I'm gonna explain it to you. Just like basketball players, Amon Shumpert said it in one of his podcasts. He said, "Hey, the team was getting on to Bron because he was just driving, getting smacked, ain't flopping, ain't doing nothing, ain't getting no calls. And they like, hey, bro, you getting smacked is altering your shots. Like, you making most of these O's, but, we might need that and one at the end of the game or something like that." And they was like, this was he said that Phil Handy talked to Bron, was like, hey, bro, you got to get with the times. you need to flop as well, just like everybody else in the NBA to get calls, Chris. I'm not mad at that. You heard what we'll get to this person, but you heard what they said. Hey, to sell a call, I gotta do extra. If that leads to me punching somebody in the fucking face, then I gotta do what I need to do, Chris. So no, it's different. It's different. It's way different. I've literally seen Pat not get touched, and he pointed at James Bradbury, not on what was his name? Was it Tony? Was it Tony?
He trying to sell a call to get that 15-yard and automatic first down.
Nah, it's his character, man. Like, and when LeBron flop, it's blatant. It's blatant. Like, yeah, I just got the fuck smacked out of me. Like, I've been seeing this dude lately, even in year 21, Chris, wiping blood off his arms. Like, yo, I'm still getting hit, bro. Like, all right, fuck it. The senior, he don't even get the senior citizens call, Chris. Being the oldest person in the league don't get shit. Like, come on. So it's different. It's different. I'm like I said, man. I just I don't know. I just feel like I hate his brother and his family.
Hey, I'd rather my quarterback cry on the field than cry in the stands, though.
Well, look like he's gonna be crying in the stands this year. I ain't mad at it.
But I will say at the same time, you can't. In the press conference, you can't say, yeah, I saw the picture and he was offsides, and then complain about what the fuck you just said. Like, what? That was barely holding. And it's like, it was what? Holding, you fucking idiot. Yeah. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Oh, my God.
I mean, Tony was damn near a 12th man on the field for the Bills.
He was so bad. You know what would have been funnier, though, is if Tony dropped or fumbled that fucking ball and they still called it back. But all right, let's go from one exciting end to another exciting end, especially exciting in my household. The kids were taking a nap, so I couldn't be as overjoyous as I wanted to be. The Ravens get a punt return in overtime to win the game. Having flashbacks to Deshaun Jackson around Christmas time also. But was that not the most exciting win this season? Tony, I'll go to you first.
You said what was the most exciting win?
Was this not the most exciting win of the season?
Nah,
that hurts, but that's fair.
It wasn't. I can't tell you who has the most exciting win, but this wasn't it. It's a game y'all should have won handily.
The Titans, honestly.
Yeah. Probably the most exciting one. Or one of Josh Dobbs' wins against somebody he probably should have lost to. That's probably one of the most exciting ones. No, this wasn't. Matt, what you think? Is Matt on the show?
This game, yeah. Can you not hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You're on a delay or something.
Hello?
Go.
Fucking respond. So I was eating some food. I was watching that game. It's one of my favorite games because I have YouTube TV. I've got multiple games going. I clicked full screen on that one for the majority of the game, and I got something stuck in my teeth, and I didn't even think about it. I just got up to go get it out of my teeth, and all I hear is he's breaking a tackle, running down the sideline, and I was trying to run back out, and he's already in the end zone. Punt return touchdown. I missed it, so pretty upset about that. But it was probably the best game I've seen this year. I don't know about exciting. Punt return was cool, but it was the best game I've seen.
What about you, Chris? I know you're gonna say.
Jackson's black, so he sucks. What?
Nah, you're gonna say something about the Cowboys. We beat
none
everybody.
Of our wins have been exciting because we're dropping everybody by 30. The fuck is exciting about that? The game's
I told
you.
Yeah, we beat everybody.
Yeah, everybody, huh? All right.
Yeah, we beat everybody.
The Eagles.
Trent Williams using them.
And the 49ers.
We just got done shitting on the Eagles and wiping our ass with their jerseys. What are you talking about? But now, most exciting games.
They've already done that.
It's a new game every week. I'd probably go the Titans comeback. It was nice seeing another collapse. I ain't seen something like that since the Falcons. So.
Ouch.
That's bad company to be in.
Yeah. Now,
2 scores in 3 minutes, man.
The Colts and the Vikings.
Hmm.
Who was the quarterback in that game?
Wentz and Kirk Cousins.
Oh, you're talking about last year. Or no, Wentz. That would have been, what, 2 years ago?
No, that was last year.
No, Wentz was at Washington last year, I thought.
No.
Pretty sure that's 2 years ago.
No, it was, he played for the Colts last year. But anyway, so we'll go from some good teams to some bad teams who we think. Y'all stop me when I get it wrong. All right.
Wrong.
Okay.
I'm just putting.
The
I'm
Lions
going to stop you there.
playing pretty bad. Saints, awful. And then I'm going to put on the bad list the Philadelphia Eagles. They don't look nearly what we thought they were going to look. And it's crazy because they're also a 10-3 team. And we're sitting here like, they might not have it. So we'll go to Chris because this is his division, his area of expertise. Chris, you had the Eagles winning this division. Do you still stand by that claim?
Yeah, they play cupcakes the rest of the way. They got the Giants 2 out of the last 4 games.
Giants are 3-1 the last 4 games.
I know they got a quarterback that's playing as good as they thought Daniel Jones was going to play when they decided to burn $160 million on his sorry ass. But no, their roster's still garbage. The Eagles D-line is going to just – I feel bad. I feel bad for Mr. DeVito. He had a nice run. If he makes it through, I think if they play next week, I don't think he's going to make it through the last week of the year. They're going to fucking punish him. But no, the Eagles are struggling, man. Their secondary is terrible this year. If they don't get a pass rush early, then they're getting lit up on the back end. Offensively, they seem to be in a bit of a funk right now. Not really sure why that is. They got their receiving core is fucking crazy. They still have a really strong O-line. It doesn't seem like they're running the ball very effectively outside of, sticking hands and thumbs and feet and elbows up Jalen Hurts' ass while they push him 3 yards ahead. They're struggling, and it's not a great time for them to be struggling, but luckily, like I said, they got the easiest schedule in the league the rest of the way, so they're going to make it into the playoffs just strictly because of the conference they're in. It also helps that they're already at double-digit wins, but they got 4 weeks to get it together. As for the Lions, I'm hoping Matt can shed some light on that because I've seen Jared Goff play Thanksgiving and then I think one other time since then, and he looks fucking lost right now. He looks like Jeff Fisher, Jared Goff.
Matt, you want to take over for the Lions? What's going on? What are y'all doing?
Yeah, we don't have to worry. I wouldn't want to play basketball right now because there's still
man. Hey, you kicks?
I just took him off. Hold on. Try it again, Matt.
Can you hear me?
Nope. Abort mission.
Exit out and come back, Matt.
I don't know. No. As I was saying, I wouldn't want to be playing our best football right now. There's no point in playing your best football a month before the playoffs. Now, in 2 weeks, if we're not playing our best football 3 weeks from now, then it's an issue. I think our problem right now, the Lions defense, the kryptonite is a mobile quarterback. Every mobile quarterback we played this year has killed us. Then once we get a pocket passer, somehow that's when the sacks come. We can actually get home. People other than Aiden Hutchinson can get there, disrupt the defense. What's the laughing at? Who's fucking laughing?
Everybody, because that's funny.
Is it funny? Anyways, Jared Goff, I don't think he's got an issue. He's just got to stop. We had news. What?
I said yes. It's funny. That's why I'm laughing. That's the whole. I'm not going to laugh if it's not funny.
I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Your team is playing shitty right now, man. That's what's happening. That's why it's funny.
Yes.
If my team was playing shitty, we should laugh.
My team's playing bad, but it's
Chris
nothing to worry about.
Losers, and we crush
Jared Goff,
and his team's blowing people out, and we still crush them. Your team's losing. I'm gonna fucking make fun of your team too.
Yeah, well, I still don't understand the purpose of this, but Jared Goff, he's gonna be fine. We're indoors the rest of the season. Jared Goff's an indoor cat. We'll be fine. We've got a new center. Frank Ragnow is out currently with little injuries dealing with. So little fumble on the snap. Those problems are going to go away once Frank comes back. We'll be fine.
I mean, not for real, if you think about it, because you just said a mobile quarterback is y'all weakness. What if y'all match up with the Ravens in the playoffs? They got the most mobile quarterback.
That would be the fucking Super Bowl, and I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, that's gonna fuck it.
Yeah,
I'm thinking Jalen Hurts.
You tell me the Lions win the Super Bowl? Sick. Don't care.
If the Lions, let's say the Lions lose the Super Bowl by 60, Matt, are you still exactly happy?
Hey, made it to the
Matt,
Super Bowl.
I don't know why that didn't.
That means a playoff win in my lifetime. I'm fucking happy with that.
My fault, man. That's me. I dropped the ball there. For some reason, I never paid attention to what conference the Lions is in because it really didn't matter. They're in the NFC, so never mind. Philly is going to destroy y'all in the playoff game. My fault. They're going to push their way.
Philly's got the same problems we have. They don't have a fucking defense.
No, they don't have a secondary.
That's a defense, isn't it?
No, that's a part of a defense. You don't discount the whole defense because one part is lacking.
Well, you could.
I mean, you could, but it's like them having an immaculate defensive line to Matt them having an immaculate defensive line man. So that's a difference.
They have a great defensive line. We have a great offensive line. They don't have defensive backs. We have a pass-heavy team who likes to run the ball. Like, I don't understand what
you just said that.
Last year we lost to them by a field goal. Yeah, well, is Jalen really mobile? He can move, but that's like saying Dak is mobile.
No, it's not. Jalen's mobility and Dak's mobility are so far from each other that it's crazy. That's like
we played Lamar, Justin Field twice. We played the most mobile you can get at quarterback. Those are the problems we're having.
Did you lose?
We lost 2 of those 3.
Either way, Billy, let's go on because we don't have to talk about the Lions. So.
All right, so let's go for the good teams now that are kind of on their own little hot win streak. The Vikings, who won by 3 points. God damn, I feel bad for whatever network that was had to be played on. Jesus Christ. Bengals might have something with Jake Browning out there. Are the Steelers good still? Are the Browns back with Joe Flacco? And Green Bay with their franchise quarterback. I know they lost, but he was due for a bad game eventually. Who are we taking from that crop of teams that aren't good but are good, Tonio?
I'm going with the Bengals. I'm never picking Josh. I'm going to throw the ball away, Allen. It's Josh. I give the picks. Josh, here's a fumble. Merry Christmas, Allen. Never going with him. And Jordan Love, like you said, he was due for a bad game. Well, he's not going to be amazing in the playoffs as well. So, yeah, the Bengals have the best defense out of these 3 teams. They can still run the ball with Joe Mixon. If Buddy can get a prayer up to Jamar Chase or T. Higgins or any one of those number 1 receivers they got over there, they can win. So yeah, I'm going with the Bengals. Who you got, Chris? I know who it is, but
I'm gonna take the Browns. Got the Browns. The Steelers got a bum at quarterback, and they're somehow still winning games under Coach Mike T. I don't know how the fuck they're doing it when they're getting outscored as bad as they are on the season, they put up like the 4th least points in the league or some shit. It's
well,
just fucking crazy.
It takes a great coach to beat Mike T, i.e. Belichick. We can move on from that.
Unless you go to the playoffs. He's only won 4 playoff games in the last 15 years, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, and we'll go in the last. I mean, but I'm pretty sure, like I told you in the chat, we got Super Bowl wins in 2010. I don't know if I can say that about y'all with a second round win.
Well, nobody's saying that Coach Fatfuck is a great coach, though.
Actually, I think McCarthy's doing a way better job than we all thought. Everybody thought he was the problem in Green Bay. He left Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers had
Aaron Rodgers won 2 MVPs.
Without him, yeah. And did what in the playoffs?
Nobody give a fuck about them fake ass MVPs, Chris. He shouldn't have won it. He wasn't winning nothing else. So the NFL felt sorry. He was smoking weed with Roger Goodell. That came out. That's why. That's the only reason.
I'm not picking the Vikings. That worst game probably anybody's ever seen since the 2000s. Fucking terrible. I'm not picking your cousin, your aunt, your uncle, nobody. Nobody. Kirk needs to get back there and start ASAP. Or I'm done. No more Vikings games the rest of the way. And then Jefferson just got fucking destroyed as soon as he came back. Just absolutely obliterated and sent to the shadow realm. Who were the other options? Jordan gets no love. I'm still not giving him love. Fuck him.
Even though you think you were wrong last week, that's okay.
The Bengals were the other team y'all mentioned.
Yeah,
Bengals and the Bills.
What's their quarterback's name? Is it like Jake Browning or some shit?
Jake Browning. He's out here looking like Dan fucking Marino. Don't disrespect Jake Browning around here. He's playing out of his fucking mind.
I mean, I'm sure he'll go sign somewhere like Matt Flynn did, and we'll never see him start another game in his fucking life. So I'm not worried about Matt, whatever the fuck. Speaking of Matt, whatever the fuck. Speaking of Matt, whatever the fuck.
Matt doesn't understand segues, Chris. Matt,
we're talking about Jake Browning, and you said Matt. You said Matt Flynn.
I'm
going to the Browns. I said this 2 weeks ago on the show. What the fuck is happening?
You're just on a delay, man. Go.
I was going. All right. I said this a couple weeks ago. Browns with Joe Flacco are going to do great things even before Joe Flacco even stepped on the field for them when he was just signed. Now look at him. 3 touchdowns, 300 yards like it was nothing. It's Joe Flacco's the best of those teams. I'm not elaborating on anything else.
Stavros has the best fucking Flacco.
Who you got, Billy?
I'm honestly, so as much shit as we give Josh Allen here, the way the Bills are playing.
Oh, you're not. No, you're not.
Hear me out. The way the Bills are playing, it's like Matt said, right? You don't want your team to be playing the hottest football right now. But I think the Bills, if they're playing the hottest football, I think they can have the deepest playoff run of all these other teams that are kind of shitty right now.
Well, no shit. They have a real quarterback.
No, that's the opposite of what I was saying, Chris. Their quarterback sucks. But they happen to be winning these lucky games. Their defense is kind of getting their shit together. They're not winning because of Josh Allen. But the Bills have the best chance to do something in the playoffs.
Yeah, you're right. If you took Josh Allen away from them, they might actually have a leading rusher that doesn't play the quarterback position.
Well, now that Joe Brady's calling the plays and he's actually giving fucking James Cook a handle of the fucking ball, yeah, that it helps a little bit when you actually hand the ball off instead of assume that Josh Allen is going to save you every 5 seconds when he just throws the fucking ball away, Chris. But let's go from that. We're going to cover some baseball here because some of the craziest shit I think I've ever seen in my life is actually happening. Shohei Ohtani.
Hold on, Billy. Before you go there, I just need to address that because Chris always trying to bail out Josh Allen, and he's nowhere close to being the leading rusher. he only has 374 yards. But you know who their leading rusher has? 789. He sucks, Chris. He just turns the ball over because that's what he does. Get off his dick. He's ass. Now we can talk about Chris's favorite sport, baseball.
I love it. I love that that's how we ended it. Good. Yeah, Chris, get off his dick. Shut up. Shohei Ohtani signs a 10-year, $700 million deal, which I think we were talking on the show we were going to blow every other contract out of the water, and bada bing, it did. Not only that, he's only going to be making $2 million a year on that contract playing for that team. We'll send it to Chris because Matt's audio is fucked up. We'll send it to Chris first. Chris, how do you take this contract?
That seems like a bit of a loaded question. It's definitely the craziest fucking contract I've ever seen in baseball, but probably sports in general. Usually we hear about players taking less in some sports. We don't usually hear that in baseball. The union generally will not allow players to take less, and they've got the strongest union in all of professional sports. Shohei didn't necessarily take less, but today's money is worth more than tomorrow's money. So that $68 million that he's going to get 10 years from now is going to be, it's going to have the spending power of what, 20 million?
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking crazy. And then as far as the competitive balance luxury tax thing that the MLB does now, the Dodgers have to put $44 million in I forget the fucking word for it, but basically where it's like whenever you sign an NFL player, his signing bonus has to be put in the bank immediately upon signing, regardless of when it's paid out.
Yep.
The Dodgers basically are having to do that $44 million a year, so that's getting counted against their salary cap for luxury tax purposes. So in terms of that, it's roughly like $46 million a year, which is still a shitload of money, but it gives them so much more flexibility than if the whole 70 was under the cap. Obviously, that's 25 mil. That's enough to go out and sign another superstar player, get a superstar pitcher, which they desperately need. At this point, I don't really think it can be argued the Dodgers have the best roster on paper. Buehler will be back this coming year. They're probably going to have Kershaw back.
Haven't we been saying that about the Dodgers for like the last 5 years? Maybe 3 if we're going to be a little more rougher around the edges. But I would say 5.
Braves have probably had the best roster the last 2 years since Seager left the Dodgers, because they let Seager go in anticipation of getting Shohei. They've been clearing money off the books a little bit. But I mean,
rookie bets though. It's not like you're hurting.
Their top 3 is fucking insane. Their lineup's gonna have probably Betts leading off with Freeman batting second and Shohei third. Dude, between the 3 of them, they're gonna have a combined like 1,000 OPS. 350 to 400 runs and RBI. Like, it's just their lineup's fucking insane. It's gonna be a fun team to watch, but I don't know who can hold them. Yeah. I mean, they got an all-star team at this point. It's ridiculous.
Matt, what about you?
I think it's extremely smart by the Dodgers, the way they structured the contract to be able to do it, even though I hate that they were the ones who did it. I wish someone else would have signed Shohei. But it's also very smart on Shohei's end where
the Giants had the same contract offer and they agreed to it. Yeah.
Either way, still very smart on both ends. Doesn't matter how many teams, doesn't matter. It's still the same if it's a different team. But it's also smart on Shohei where he can not get all this money up front and he can, move in the future for tax purposes, and then he can recoup more of that money than he would if he were to collect it all each year, yearly. So I think it's a win-win. I don't like it per se, just because it is an all-star team from top to bottom. It's kind of bullshit, but I'm just mad that Shohei in a year making $70 million and the Tigers roster in total is making $84 million. So a little upset.
Tonio, how do you take that contract, man?
That's crazy, bro. I did not think anybody would beat Pat. I gotta cry Mahomes' contract out, and I'm guessing that's probably why he started crying more, because now he ain't got the best contract in sports history. So now he gotta whine. He gotta whine more, man. LA kind of spoiled out there. They got all the stars for real. Bron, Ohtani. Somebody said Kawhi, but that ain't really spoiling you. But yeah, man, it's probably a dope time to be an LA sports fan. Like, if you across the board, because every year now you got a chance of winning something. Like, you'll have a chance of winning something, man. So yeah, except for football. Sorry. That's tough. But
Can I just add something real quick?
Yes.
You had your turn.
We're acting like Shohei wasn't already in LA. I get it, he was in Anaheim, but Anaheim's in LA. That's all I can say.
Anaheim,
he didn't even have to move.
Anaheim's in Anaheim. Los Angeles.
It's not. It's in Los Angeles County.
That's different.
It's in LA.
No, it's in Los Angeles County. That's different. That is different. That's like Ole Miss is in University, Mississippi, inside of Oxford, Mississippi, which is like the dumbest shit ever, but it's two different places. The name of the town is University, Mississippi, inside of Oxford, Mississippi, inside of.
No, it's kind of like the Jets and the Giants. They play out of East Rutherford, but they're the New York Giants and New York Jets, and they play in New Jersey.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's 30 minutes away. Doesn't mean it's.
Yeah.
He didn't go from Tampa Bay to LA.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he went from Anaheim to LA, man. It's different.
He went 10 minutes up the road or 3 hours in LA traffic.
Hey,
exactly.
LA traffic.
Exactly, Chris. And that's why it's not fucking LA, because it might take you 3 hours to get from Anaheim to LA. It's not the same, bro. Yeah, shut up, Matt. Let me just add something. Shut your ass up.
Tonio, have you ever been to LA? Have you ever been to LA?
Nah.
Anaheim's not far from LA. It's not.
Have you been to LA?
No.
Yeah.
When the fuck did you go to LA?
I was stationed in Oxnard for 2 years. I've been to LA like 100 times.
Orders or it didn't happen?
I can. You want me to show you my orders, dude? I can.
Orders or it didn't fucking happen. Yep. Cap. You know.
Also, LAX is the worst fucking airport I've ever been to. I've never been to a New York airport. I know that they've been saying that those are worse.
Cap. Atlanta has the worst airport in the world.
So I think Atlanta has the worst airport. Like, once you're in there, I was speaking more of like to get to the airport. Atlanta's airport. I got in Atlanta's airport in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, but once you got in there, TSA might rob your shit. Like, there's a lot of shit going on in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, it's so wild. So, like, you think, right? So you'd go from, because I remember I had my connecting flight was at Terminal T, right? So I was at I think I was at D, right? So I go past EF, whatever, right? But T, you're supposed to take it the other way. So I was going backwards instead of, because Atlanta, it's backward. What I don't know what you're showing me. I can't fucking.
That just says Anaheim is a city outside of Los Angeles. That's all it said. Yeah, outside.
It's outside of the city of Los Angeles. Yeah.
A city outside of Los Angeles. Matt's wrong. He shouldn't have interrupted my take.
The Dallas Cowboys played in the Dallas Cowboys.
Arlington, Billy.
And that's 5 seconds outside of Dallas. And now they play in Arlington, which is another 15 minutes outside Dallas. Are they the Arlington Cowboys? No.
It don't matter what Cowboys they are. They don't win. I don't care about them. Like, it don't matter. No offense, Chris. Either way, this contract is crazy. Making $2.23 a second is that's just like, God damn. You know, just now, Brady made $8. I just like, fuck. Well, the time it took me to say that he's already up to $10. So it's just like that is fucking insane. But if anybody got the bread, it's good old Magic Johnson, Mr. I ain't got it for real myself. So you know,
I'm gonna get these board members to pay this.
It's interesting. Now the only thing that's gonna make me mad about it is you go out there and pay that type of money and y'all win all these regular season games and then blow it in the postseason.
Shit in the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Chris, flex that shirt out real quick. Just let's see who the last World Series hit. That's fucking all right.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I believe in the Chiefs, even though they got a bitch. That bitch be winning. Like, so for $500 million, cool. I know we got a chance to go to the Super Bowl. If we get put out in the first round of the postseason, yeah, I need some of my money back. That should have been the contract. Like, hey, you're gonna go from 700 to 330 fucking with me if we don't get there, man. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. What's next, Billy?
So this is pretty cool. I know we're kind of going through the show. I'm actually having a lot of fun kind of bouncing into these topics, but let's go from the smartest signing I've ever fucking seen to probably the dumbest signing I've ever seen. Dylan Gabriel, we're going back to college football here. Dylan Gabriel transfers to Oregon to back up Uncle Bo was what was in the notes. What kind of shit is that dude on? I want to get some of it and have a great time in life also. Tonio, can you explain why the fuck this is a good move?
He's replacing Uncle Bo.
You know what, Billy?
Bo Nix is coming back to Oregon. He's already said that he's coming back for another season.
No,
are you
he's
fucking
out
serious?
of eligibility.
He's not out of eligibility.
But Bo Nix been in the league 8 years.
You get 5 years now because of the COVID year.
He already did his COVID year. He did 4 years in Auburn, bro, or at least 3 in Auburn, Billy.
And
this was his second year in fucking Oregon.
Chris, tell me,
because Bo Nix is entering the 2024 draft.
When?
2024.
When it says right here. Deciding to come back for one more season, Bo Nix has finally exhausted his college eligibility and will be entering the 2024 draft.
Oh shit! Am I just tripping on this? Okay, fuck.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on. With that being said, with Billy being wrong, y'all know what time it is.
What is that? Hornitos, Tonio? What is that?
Nah, that's Don Julio 70.
That's nice right there. Okay.
Chris, what's up, man? What you drinking? Shit, Madden. I don't know if he drinking or if he know what the fuck going on.
It's empty. What the fuck you want from me?
Fill that bad boy up, Chris. That's what we're asking for.
No, I'm not trying to do a repeat of a couple weeks ago.
Billy,
I want to be able to make it to the bedroom this time.
Billy, I think in hindsight, now that I knew where he was transferring from, might be smart. I think he was nervous, man, going from being in the fucking Big 10 or Big 12 to now I'm going to the SEC.
Pac-12.
I might. Yeah.
No. That's Bo Nix. I'm still tripping on the Bo Nix thing. My bad.
Big 10.
Big 10, yeah. Going from the Big 10, I had it right the first time. Billy's confusing me, guy. Going from the Big 10 to the SEC, those defensive linemen get a little bit bigger. Those defenses get a little bit more aggressive. Offense might slow down. You got to get adjusted. I don't care. Like everybody said, Texas beat Alabama. They won't in the playoffs. Texas is not back. We're going to see. They might struggle with Washington, but that's neither here nor there. That is something to change. So now you can go to Oregon where you got the athletes. Mm-hmm. You know you're going to go out and y'all going to air that hole out. And that's where quarterbacks seem to be going to revitalize their career because 3 years ago or 2 years ago, because he's played 2 years there, did nobody give a fuck? Bo Nix wasn't on nobody's draft board. Like he was just down there getting his shit kicked in by Alabama and Ole Miss, and everybody in the SEC West was beating the fuck out of him, like with him at the helm.
And Penn State beat him too.
Yeah, beat the shit out of him, embarrassed the SEC. Like Matt used that one game, but they've been ass because Bo Nix was ass. But he went over there to Oregon, got some dope ass uniforms. got in a conference where defense don't matter as long as you can air the ball out. If you got a good offensive line, you got a chance there. So I ain't mad. I don't think. I mean, he kind of a hoe for it. I give him that. Yeah, hoe. It's like some of these people are leaving that they revitalize their careers, like ukulele, DJ, whatever his name. Don't matter. I didn't want to say his name right because he got there, got his career revitalized, and now he hit the door again. Like, come on, bro. Like, sit your big ass down somewhere, man.
The only way I'll defend that is if he goes to Michigan State with that head coach. That's it.
He hasn't picked yet, has he? I thought he picked already.
No, he hasn't.
Chris, can you do me a favor? And while we're talking about this, can you pull up the best players that's transferred while we're talking about this? But Billy, I think I don't know if it's a big downgrade because, like I said, bro, I seen like the real Bo Nix in the SEC for 3 years. So if they can upgrade Bo to who he became to being in the Heisman race, then Dillon Gabriel will be fine. Do I like it? Not for real, because like I said, bro, you do good this year. You only lose what, 2 games, 3 games?
2 games, both to Washington.
Yeah. So no. I'm talking about Dillon Gabriel.
Oh, he'll lose more than 2 games.
No. I'm saying this year they only lost 2, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think if I'm 10-2 at a school and I can, I got like some jail with that school, I'm coming back. But that's just me though. Because no matter the drop off, it ain't gonna never be that bad. Like you ain't going from 10-2 to 1-11 like you in Boulder or some shit, bro. So yeah, I think. What you think, Matt?
I don't even know what's being said right now. I know the transfer portal. It's hard hearing you guys. I don't know what's happening.
We're talking about Dillon Gabriel going from Oklahoma to Oregon. How you feel about it?
Yeah, I feel like it's a good fit. He's already slings the ball around a ton. Oregon is going to want to do that, but I feel like it's not very good for Oregon. I feel like they should get an underclassman, a younger quarterback to come in, and then they can have sustained success. Because what if next year a top quarterback doesn't want to transfer to them, and then they're like, we're kind of fucked here. So, I mean, it'll be good for next year. I think he will be in the Heisman race, the same as his, counterpart, old ass Bo Nix. But yeah, he should just go to the NFL.
No,
I can't find a list of players that have already transferred, like a top list, but I got like a top 25 list of players that are available in the portal currently.
Give me those 5.
You just want the top 5?
Yep.
Walter Nolan, defensive tackle, A&M. He was the number 1 overall recruit in the 2022 class.
Going to another SEC team. Moving on.
Cam Ward, quarterback, Washington State.
He can go wherever the fuck he wants to. He's so good. He's so good.
Princely Umanmielen, edge from Florida. I'm hoping I'm saying his last name right.
You're
definitely not. It's okay.
I guess that's my Aguna Laley or whatever.
Yeah, well, I was being disrespectful on purpose because he's leaving again.
Number 4 is Dante Moore, quarterback for UCLA, former 5-star prospect.
Hold on, time out. Let me ask a question. And fuck Dante Moore. That's what Matt's gonna say because he left there, and I think he's going back somewhere close to there. How is DJ able to go again, Billy? I thought after you transfer it once, you can't do it like the next season.
If you graduate,
his coach left,
and if your coach leaves,
if your coach gets fired or leaves,
yeah, you can go. But
what was the first reason? You said if you graduate?
Yeah, if you're a graduate, you can transfer until your eligibility is up. But that's what Matt Rule came out and said, and that's where I'm kind of like wondering how this transfer portal is going to work. I don't want to make the show all about the transfer portal, so we can kind of in a second. But Matt Rule was saying, why would we recruit someone who can leave in 1 year? Because if you're recruited to school, you can leave in 1 year. But if you're not a graduate and you transfer, that's 2 years. You have to stay at that school. So Matt Rule came out and he was like, yeah, I don't think we're going to recruit any quarterbacks because that would be a waste of time. In general, he's correct because I don't have to have a quarterback to stay here for 2 years like Bo Nix or Dylan Gabriel, who had to stay for those 2 years at those places.
I don't know. It was weird. Just going back to the Dion, you know, they was trying to get him to leave Boulder and shit, but like, you know, never leaving Shador. But I feel like Shiloh could have went again, but that's because he's graduated.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to get the portal shit is still kind of rocky to me. But Chris, with that being said, what you think? Because I know you got a real close look at Oklahoma this year because they beat y'all.
I'm glad Gabriel's gone. Fuck him.
But okay, let's go from college football, and then we're going to open this up to a segment of a UFC fighter, an NBA player. But let's start it off.
Gentlemen, report to the baseline. To the baseline!
Yo. Welcome to another episode of To the Baseline, Tonio, man. We started off with Draymond. I'll put you in a lot. Green, I would say Draymond has been suspended indefinitely by the NBA. And I'm going to go somewhere so far left that Billy's going to be like, oh, that caught me off guard. Real quick, the NBA has been doing everything not to put Josh, I touch him, hot and fresh and ready and young. Giddy. He ain't set out one game yet. I'm gonna follow somebody, Pat Beverly, like, hey, asking Kevin Hart, hey man, why ain't nobody talking about Josh Giddey? You know what? Because Draymond just backhanded somebody, so that's more important. Or John Morant got to sit down with the commissioner after his 25-game suspension to see if they'll even let him back in the league again. You know what? But this dude over here done obviously paid off the parents of said girl to be quiet, and now that's what they doing is being quiet. But he ain't stopped playing at all. But now we out here worried about Draymond slapping another grown man. Hey, Nurk is a center, first of all, so he's a big grown man. He felt some type of way about him. Hit him back. Stop being a bitch. That's going to fall into our next NBA subject. But hey, bro, this is the league's fault. Draymond has had a whole fucking criminal record in the NBA. A whole criminal record. And you know what? It's good television. Let's play on. Let's suspend him from Game 5 in the finals. A lot of people say that changed nothing, but that LeBron was going to beat your ass anyway. 41 2 straight nights in a row. That was going to happen. Draymond or Andre Iguodala, whoever. But the commissioner has set on Draymond being this type of player. Draymond is nothing but a 90s player that we let leak into the 2010s. And nobody had a problem with it. But it just seems funny to me that when there's a bigger issue that should be addressed, they're not. So let's highlight some shit that's minor. Let's go to Draymond being Draymond. I'm not even mad at Draymond. I'm mad that they suspended him because if you tolerate this shit and the person that you tolerated it with keep doing what the fuck they've been doing, that's not on the person. That's on the enabler. And that's what the NBA was. They were enabling Draymond to be Draymond. I feel like they also about to take one of the prime teams who's probably falling off, but they're definitely going to fall off now because Draymond is the catalyst that keeps that team together. They already was having a bad year. Clay fucking sucks. So now they done took the Warriors out of the playoffs. And I don't know. I don't agree with it. Like I said, man, if you enable somebody to beat themselves without repercussions early, don't wait till he's at the end. He's at the end of his road. Like, he's at the end of his career. Draymond ain't getting better. He not Steph. He not KD. He not LeBron. He's not gonna be like, oh yeah, I can play in this league for 40 more years. He can't. So I'm and y'all can persecute me all you want, but I just feel like the NBA has bigger fish that they refuse to fry. What you feel about it, Matt?
I mean, I don't want to like touch too much into it. Like the evidence with Draymond is clearly like right there, whereas like other things they have to like dig more into behind the scenes that obviously we're not seeing. But like Draymond's just straight up punching people in front of hundreds of thousands of people every night. So it's like, God damn, like we're trying to handle shit behind doors here, and Draymond's out here. He thinks he's out here hanging out with Dana White. He's just turning around punching people for no reason. Like,
but that's the thing, man. Let me ask you this, man. Let me ask you this, Matt, and I don't mean to cut you off, but have we not been seeing Draymond step in people's chest, kick people in the nuts blatantly when the NBA was like probably booming way more? Did we not see that? And what were the repercussions? Man, but he was standing in games after some of that shit. Like he stepped in some bonus's fucking stomach and stayed in the game. So let's not act like we haven't seen it, man. I don't, like I said, man. Yeah, he roundhouse buddy. Cool. Hey, you going for the rest of the game. We literally seen Isaiah Stewart, who also got suspended again. I mean, got ejected again tonight. Chase LeBron to WWE music. And he's Isaiah Stewart. So you're giving Draymond Green a 4-time champion, Isaiah Stewart, because I don't give a fuck how you see it. Draymond Green's a Hall of Famer. It's happening. 4 rings, kept that team together. Probably got the most assists out of him. If you look it up, Chris, can you do the numbers? If you look up assists, he got to be close to Steph up there. And he plays whatever the fuck he plays for them. But he does. He's there. He's literally there. I don't know if you ever seen How to Get Away with Murder, but he is AK's. Fuck, what's the white guy? The white man for Annalise Keaton on there that takes care of her fixer. He's the Warriors fixer. And now,
sorry, John. We gotta get your picture back again. Fuck.
Yeah. I can't think of his name, but he's the fixer for the Warriors. If they wanted to say some shit, they should have been said it, man. I mean, of course, yeah, he punched him in the face, but that's not the first blatant shit we have seen him do on live TV. So we can't make the excuse to say, oh, it's hundreds of thousands of people watching. Shit. He doing this shit in the finals where it's millions watching. Nothing.
You want average per game or total?
Just total, average, either both.
Average Steph is at 6.5. Draymond's at 5.6 total for their career. Steph's at 5,800. Draymond's at 4,300.
Dog. Come on, man.
So I know last week when we were talking about Dray, or maybe it was 2 episodes ago when we were talking about his chokehold, I was like, Draymond is the one player you don't suspend. You just let him do his thing because he's bringing the 90s into the 2020s now, right? But I understand the suspension. I get it. But at the same time, like Tonio said, dude, also, these are grown-ass men. Like, if you got a real issue, like, you shouldn't be getting suspended. Let's let them settle it on the court. In hockey, right? Back in the day, you could fight it out, and it's a little 5-minute little penalty, and that's the end of that. Now they can't fight anymore, but that also makes the league a little compromised, in my opinion. And I think it's the same thing with these penalties and these suspensions, these fouls and these suspensions. Is a technical, right? And then they were like, well, probably technical too because it was flagrant and unnecessary or whatever. It's like, no, obviously it was unnecessary. Like he didn't have to punch anybody, but we're still going to argue the way the foul is going to be called. No, fucking let's let them keep playing. Who cares? Excuse me. Now, if he hurts someone, all right, now we got a fucking issue. And if you're fucking, what was it? Not Jokic. Tonio?
What about him?
What was his name?
Nurkic.
Nurkic, excuse me. Stop being a bitch. Get up and fucking punch him back. What are you fucking?
You're the starting center. Like centers used to be men. Now they are divas. And it's crazy, bro, because like if you go back to Nobody doing that shit to Boogie Cousin and they not getting no repercussions. Nobody doing that to Zach Randolph and he's a big like. Nobody is doing that to Ben Wallace. Nobody's definitely doing that.
Look, hey, I just got chills. You said somebody does that to fucking Zach Randolph.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Nobody doing that to fucking Shaq. Like, and if they did, Charles Barkley tried it, but then Shaq got up and fucking tackled him and the player in between them. Like, dog, like you are a center, bro. I get it. I don't want to get fined, but you making million, man. Take that $25,000. You just spent $25,000 on a team dinner. Like, come on, man.
All right,
huh?
I was gonna say we can move on from this one.
Oh no, because I want to get into because we still on baseline. I want to get into the league just being a bunch of bitches, or we can go to the ref being terrible this year. Which one you want to go to?
No, that's where I was going with the Jaylen Brown, call,
bro. So the NBA is getting real. These referees, and we've seen it with the Chris Paul, Scott Foster thing. These referees are getting way too personal with their calls, dog. Like, and I think because Billy, if you ever played pickup basketball, I know you have. I beat the shit out of you before we were leaving for Guam, but I don't think you've ever played like. I mean, I don't know if you play like aggressive pickup basketball, but in pickup basketball, Matt's played with me. You're gonna talk shit, Billy. Like that is just the nature of it. It's the competitiveness of it. Ain't nobody out there just like not saying nothing. Who the fuck talks quiet? Like that shit. Who the fuck like? You hear it every night you watch an NBA game. Hell no, trash ass motherfucker. Like you hear that. Like that's stuff we gonna say, bro. And
I was gonna say when I do play pickup basketball, I'll go like 1 for 21, and that one that I get, you're gonna hear about that one I got.
You can't guard me. Can't guard me. Like, and in a pickup game, one shot is a lot of points, depending on who you're at. So you can take that. But don't let somebody get like 3 or 4 of them off. It's just like. Yeah,
I'm gonna start fouling. You get 2 shots on me. Hey,
but the referees are taking this more personal, and they're taking it more personal against superstars. The MVP from last year or the year before last has been ejected twice this year. I think Joker been ejected twice. The second time yesterday.
The third time was like last night, right?
Yeah, or maybe 3 times. Yeah, so he just. Ain't complaining about a foul. Get up he talking to his teammate. Out. Jaylen Brown sitting on the bench. Out. Like
Can you explain that one? I didn't see that one. I saw the highlight and I didn't even understand like what took place.
The Jaylen Brown one?
Yeah.
So he's mad about a call, right? And he goes to the bench and he's still talking to it, but he's talking to his team about it. Yeah, like amongst his people. And the refs just running by and they hear and they like, out of here. And I'm just like, bro, first of all, Adam.
Could you imagine, dude? You're getting some Gatorade and you're still just talking your shit like on this, like on your bench. And you're just,
bro, like
fucking tossed.
Hey, dog, Adam Silver, what are you doing? First of all, you losing fucking money. And like I said, it's always going back to us. Well, not us anymore because we're sports media, but we still fans. But it's going back to the fans that sit in there in the arena that came to see a Joker, came to see a Giannis who's got thrown out. Giannis has a lot of texts this year, like people getting texts for hanging on the rim for a second and a half. Like, come on, dog. Like, if I just dunked on somebody, I'm celebrating. What the fuck? You just want me to? Hey, here you go. Get up. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to dunk on you. Get the fuck out of here. I think that they gotta have during the Christmas or All-Star break, they gotta have a meeting with the refs. Like, hey, what the fuck is going on with y'all? Or hey, stop using your parlays. Y'all can't bet. The refs shouldn't be able to bet on the games, man. Like, if they names pop up on the betting sites, we gotta get them out of there, man. What you think, Chris? I mean, this is all sports. Ask Pat Mahomes, bitch ass. That's what he said. I know it was he was offside, but the refs. Get the fuck out of here. What'd you think, Chris? I know that's your boy.
You asking me about Mahomes or about Jalen?
I'm asking you about refereeing, just period. Have they fell off, or is it just, we need to get used to this new era of soft reffing?
Probably the latter. I don't think it's going away.
It's kind of bad.
Yeah.
It's kind of bad.
Hey, no, so fuck all that. We're not going to get used to this. The refs, give it maybe 2 more years of this. The refs are going to become full-time employees of the NFL. There's already stats, so I don't know if anyone knows this, but because I know we're a big show on not crushing refs. In this segment, we've been waiting to get into it, and I'm finally glad we're here. But so in the NFL, there's a point system to where your bad calls go against your team. So if you're like Ed Hockley or Sean Hockley, right? Whoever your crew is, if your crew is making bad calls, you don't get to go ref in the playoffs or the Super Bowl. They're only taking the best crew, where it's like umpires, right? We have umpire stats. We've had those for about 10 years now ish, right? For their balls and strikes and their safes and outs, right? The NFL, all they need to do, like they already have the system in place to give us the best crew for the Super Bowl. But they just need to be full-time employees. These are like accountants and fucking board members of some companies and all this other type of bullshit. The NFL needs to just have, these are NFL referees, end of story. I put an application in to be an NFL ref. Haven't heard anything back, but I threw it out there to see what's going on. So we'll see what happens. But I'll favor my own team. So that's probably something that they'll probably look at this episode and be like, hey, this guy sucks. But we gotta get them on a full-time salary. They need to be paid by the NFL, make the best motherfucking calls you're making, or you don't get any of this X, Y, or Z money. Because the NFL is making billions and billions of dollars. We don't think they can afford to pay some refs. Am I tripping, Matt?
No. They definitely need to be full-time. But I do say for all leagues, like as the leagues are getting bigger and bigger, the more PG they're going to have to be. And that means they're going to have to ref PG. So if someone's like, oh, shucks, this sucks. Why do you call that? You're going to get thrown out of the game. Like, I feel like that's the way all the leagues are going.
That's fair. Tonio, let me go back to you. You remember maybe it was like 4 years ago, 3, 4, or 5, maybe 6 years ago. When they were going to start throwing flags for saying the N-word in the NBA. Not throwing flags.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck? That's what you're going to throw a flag for? Is them saying the N-word? Like, that's what you're going to be upset about. And when Matt said PG, that kind of brought it up. Would that be a fair let's say let's say we get full-time refs, right? What we're asking for. Is that a fair call?
Dog. Fuck no. Bro, I say that shit waking up in the morning. That is my rite of passage. That's a term of endearment to my other fellows. Like, you know how y'all say Brody and shit like that? Well, not y'all, because y'all not cooks, but you know how is Brody and all that stuff is used like amongst others like you guys. That's what y'all doing. What if I told you
his name?
See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all even using that shit for names now. That's like, so nah, bro. They in a league where over 50%. I think the last time we looked at it, Chris, you can tell me if I'm wrong. The NBA is either 73 or 78% black. Chris, let me know if I'm wrong. Come on, dog. Like I told you in pickup games, if I'm playing against other black people, that shit coming out. It ain't.
Hold on, Tonio. How many bands are
73.
you
73. So
how many bands are you throwing out in a pickup basketball game?
What you talking about? Like money?
Bands. BAN.
What I'm confused. Like
bitch ass
like,
N-word.
Are you banning people?
Oh, bands. All right. Bruh, if it, like I told you, dog. So perfect example. Shout out to Butler, Dre,
big shout out,
Mitch, and even Gurky when we was on the coast. Gurky didn't say it. Told him I beat his ass. Shout out to Richie though.
Hey,
Notre Dame sucks. But when we used to go on the coast, bro, like, and we used to get in heated games against other people from over there. If they let me, like, Butler is really good at basketball, really good.
He's
but
all right.
he
Where's he
plays the game the right way. So I was the big. So he would set me up for easy buckets. He would set me up to, if I'm hot, he let me go off. And if I'm going off, everybody on the other team is if I get a block, you definitely like. So if don't let me, anything I do, if I touch the ball, we score off of it, you will. Like, so I probably 63. 63 So yeah, bro. That is something that I know is probably in the grand scheme of things, the adult mature me probably shouldn't use that word like that. But some of these dudes in the league older than me, and they still using that shit. So
Have you seen Kevin Garnett's trash talk tape?
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, so I don't see if the league goes PG, we might as well just make it go back to before black people could play and just like watch y'all shoot like this underhanded. So I just don't. I don't know. I can be wrong, man. I can be wrong, but Billy, you've been around us playing. I'm pretty sure you'd be like, whoa, even in PT, Matt has been there in PT in the morning, like in Guam. If I'm going off, I'm still saying it against people that outrank me.
Myself, I have been a band. No. I'm saying I have been a band hundreds of times playing anything.
And it's just like,
hey, you fouled me. And then, like, you don't call the foul, but you say I fouled you as you're like going back on defense. So,
Billy, I don't know, but I probably played you and you hit me. And I probably said that shit under my breath, but you my homeboy, so I just didn't let it come out. I know I said it to Matt.
I appreciate it.
I know I said it to Matt when we were playing pickup game. When Cunningham made me fall on my shoulder to hurt my shoulder, I know I called him that. Like, because I still went out and got buckets, man. So that is something that I don't think that.
Real fast, happy birthday to Cunningham 3 days ago.
Happy birthday, man. You better watch the show, man. Yeah, bro. I don't see the whole PG end of it, man. Like, because it's emotion. Like, it's emotion. Like, that's just like the white dudes that's good in the league yelling like fuck or let's go. Like, they doing that out there. So you can't.
You right.
I don't think you can PG that shit.
All right. So let's go. We're talking about the refs. Tonio, last baseline topic. This is about Chris's Mavericks. Kyrie Irving got taken out on a wheelchair. He didn't shit himself like Paul Pierce. What do we think about the Mavericks without Kyrie Irving, with Luka's no defense and all that other stuff? Are we tripping on the Mavs?
No, they still look straight. They gonna lose eventually. Like, they beat the Lakers last night, but they also got Donovan or Exum to fucking hit 9 threes or 8 threes or something ridiculous, and before he wasn't even in the league. But it's always against the Lakers where everybody got to prove their best. Tim Hardaway Jr. has been playing a good second fiddle because Kyrie ain't there, so he had 30 last night.
Yeah,
they'll be straight unless they not playing the Lakers. Now they'll go and lose to somebody sorry as hell tomorrow, and then but they'll be straight. I see them sitting at. Shout out to Jeffrey, who think they're gonna be in the Western Conference Final. They won't be there. Even with Kyrie, they won't be there because defensively they small as shit. AD has been playing, and I gotta get to him because he's done went on a stretch. Like I said, man, I think LeBron put him in that Draymond chokehold. He was going on a stretch. From the bubble game, not the bubble, but from the in-season tournament game where he scored 40. In that Mavericks game, he scored 37 or 34 last night or tonight on Wemby, dunked on Wemby, and then scored 37 to beat the Spurs with no LeBron. So, yeah, they're small. The Mavs are still small. They don't have a real big. They got athletic centers, but you still got to face joker in that playoffs. So, yeah, you still got to play Karl Anthony Towns, and you still got to play. I don't know no more centers in the West for real. Well, you still got to play AD. So, yeah, I don't know if the Mavs and Lakers went 7 games, they not slowing that offense, that stopping that paint bully ball for 7 series. They don't got it. I don't care how many step backs Luka. I don't care how good Kyrie is because Kyrie is amazing. They not winning that.
And real quick to pass it to Matt, the Pistons lost again tonight, Matt. Are we gonna get a win in December for the Pistons or no?
I would fucking hope so. If this was a few years ago, every top 3 team has the same percentage, I wouldn't care. But I would like to. I fucking doubt it. I don't know what it is. We should have just kept Andre Drummond. We had a good thing. All right. We shouldn't have complained. Should have just, got booted by LeBron the first round, get swept every year. I was happy with that. We're respectable during the regular season. It looked like we were on the come up last year. We were just playing young players. Like, oh, this is a team to watch. And then, God, what the fuck is going on? It's just, I seen something where it was like, at the start of the streak, if you took $100, bet it, and just kept playing that money into it on our losing streak, you'd be up $81,000 right now.
Jesus,
just keep betting the Pistons would lose.
That's crazy.
So let's start a bet right now, Matt.
In the
BRICKshotts 4, and we'll include Christian. He tried to come on. Shout out to Christian, our dog, still a part of the crew, just working to feed his fam. Ain't nobody mad at that. But let's start a bet right now. Over or under for the end of the year, because it's the 13th, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It's the 13th. From now until January 1st, Matt, will the Pistons win less than 2 games, more than 2 games? Billy, what you taking, over or under?
The way the Pistons look, I ain't watched a second of any Pistons action this year. I'm going under, though.
Chris, what you got?
You're on mute, Chris.
Piece of shit. If you got the win total greater than 2, it's an under.
What you got, Matt?
Can I go less than 2? Less than 1 win before then.
Now, I think I'm going to take. They got to play like the Wizards or somebody.
You said January 1st?
Yeah.
They got. You know what's crazy?
Didn't they lose to the Wizards already?
So out of the bottom 3 teams, the only wins of our teams come against each other. So like the Wizards, they're like 3 wins. Their last win was versus the Pistons 2 weeks ago.
Yeesh.
It's just this is the worst year for the NBA. Like, just the 3 teams are just the fucking worst we've ever seen.
They're so bad.
Tell me the Wizards, Spurs, and Pistons have a combined like 6 wins.
Yeah. And my dumbass, I was like, the Wizards, I like Jordan Poole. I think they're going to do well. Stupid.
Nah, you ain't dumb. Jordan Poole just went out there and showed
the Wizards have no excuse.
Yeah, Draymond showed he was showing why he was punched. That's all that was.
Yeah.
Matt, I was gonna say maybe because y'all played the Jazz. Y'all can beat the Jazz. And y'all played the Raptors. No. I think y'all can beat the Raptors, though.
Not if Serge is still there, unless they trade his ass.
So before
because we're gonna hype up all their trade bait. Someone they're like, we should trade. They're gonna go up for 35. I'm like, oh, we need to get that guy.
Well, I was about to say, because y'all got Friday, y'all got Sixers. Saturday, y'all got the Bucks. Monday, y'all got the Hawks. That's 3 L's right there. Now Thursday, December 21st, y'all got the Jazz. That's a potential W right there. But then y'all got the Nets back to back, and then y'all got the Celtics, and then y'all got the Raptors on the 30th, which is also another potential win. And then on the first,
I'll change mine. I'll take the over on it.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm going. Man, I just don't want to bet. It's hard. And then they ended on January 1st. Y'all play the Rockets. Like the Rockets could have an off night where they show that they're really young and y'all beat them.
I'm gonna take over. I don't mean to interrupt you, Tonio, but we've been talking about losers long enough. I just want to point out Giannis just scored a Milwaukee Bucks franchise record, 64 points, as the Bucks put up the most points in the NBA league this year with 140. You figure we would throw in some talk about a fucking winner. That's all. Back to the losers.
I think so I like that, Chris. I do think the Suns will eventually pass that because they're just better.
Well, Billy, that's all my rant session is. The Mavs suck. Cowboys suck. Only thing y'all got going for y'all. Yeah, the Pistons are there. They should go back and play college teams right now. It's pretty bad.
We just swap them out for the Flint Tropics. Is what we need to do.
Jackie Moon, you jive turkey. All right, real fast before we get out of here. Hold on, let me see if Tonio, if that fixed them or not.
Man, he went full black screen now.
Tonio, can you hear us?
No, I can still hear you.
All right. Well, let's get out of the show on that, man.
Downey Jr. up there.
Ending up at 136. That's kind of about where we were trying to end it at. This has been a great show. I think we power packed a lot of stuff into it. NBA topics were great. Back to the same frozen spot. That's so wild. NBA topics were great. Some of our NFL stuff is going to be fun. We got 2 reels out of it, so that's what I'm going to be doing later. Tonio, how was the show?
Show was dope, man. We got to talk about how Dak and Pat Mahomes, both bitches. I know we didn't really say Dak's name, but I just had to throw him in there for Chris.
Respect.
Yeah. The referees need to go on a retreat or something when they are able to get out of sports, just to refresh themselves. Yeah, they need to, like let Richard Jefferson and Shannon Fry be the refs during the All-Star game weekend, something like that. Some NBA players, let them do that, and let these refs just get a break so they can be better. Same with the flag football game that the NFL is gonna do. That's gonna be ass. Yeah, but it's been a good show. Chris, how was the show, bro? I know your name
I got headphones in, man. I can hear you.
I was just making sure, man. You know, Matt has tricked me all night about him being able to hear.
Well, Matt's had a frozen camera most of the night. It takes him 5 seconds to hear shit and respond. No, I thought the show was good, man. We got a wide variety of topics, went from one to the other seamlessly, transitioned well. Matt don't know what the fuck a segue is, but
Matt, he sucks at segues.
Other than that,
he think we talking about the shit you ride on, Paul Blart. Yeah, that's what he thinking.
Other than that, man, I feel like this was one of our better shows. I didn't get to do my my UFC introduction that I fucking prepared for, but No,
I know. It wouldn't let me download fast enough. We just kind of sorry. Matt.
Don't worry though. Shout out to the fans before Matt says something. We will be talking UFC and the big boxing events. That's coming. And shout out to fucking Oliver. Football coming back, man. I got you. Premier League ball, we'll talk about it sometime. I got you.
It's soccer, Oliver, but yes, we'll be talking it. All right. Hey, we really appreciate all y'all's time, man. Like everybody said, I'll just reiterate it.
Hold on, Matt. Matt didn't get to say nothing, and he also looks like Ice Cube when he was first in the
Friday.
He got a flannel and
dude. You know, Craig, bro. You know what bothers me so
I got my
much?
chain tucked.
It had to be hot as fuck in that. Craig
in LA.
Come
hey,
on, man.
Hey, them different type of gangsters out there, man. You can't. Dang, White Cube Matt. That's your name next week. White Cube. That is wear the same flannel and hat,
dude. That's
and I'm pretty sure he was wearing that hat in Boys in the Hood when I watched that
yeah,
again last night.
No, it was a White Sox hat. Stop.
Oh no, it wasn't no Diamonds hat. It definitely was a.
I'm pretty sure it was a Detroit hat.
It was a White Sox hat. Jesus Christ, dude. You ever seen the movie, Chris? Come on.
But go ahead.
I watched half of it last night.
Chris, how much do you want to bet me it's a White Sox hat?
I don't want to bet you because I was occupied last night.
Oh,
yeah.
That's why you watched half of it. Matt, say something.
The show was good till now. I don't think they care how we feel the show went. Either they enjoyed it to this point or they didn't, so they weren't going to watch this point anyways. So I think it was a good show all in all.
Yep, and Billy, I'm glad you didn't bet because boom, same hat that Matt has on right there.
No, it's not. Is it really?
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, because he's fucking Doughboy.
What if he wore multiple hats?
God damn it. All right, man. Fuck it. Fuck you guys. All right. Appreciate y'all.